Kenya is an emerging trade hub for East Africa, as Kenya is becoming the major center for trade, transport, and businesses within East Africa's region. Kenya also plays a central role for trade and logistics, as its ports, roads, and airports make Kenya a key transit route for goods moving in and out of the region, and a diversified economy driven by agriculture, tourism, and manufacturing means that Kenya's economy relies on several sectors, reducing dependency on just one industry. Lastly, the goal is to study the Kenya's trade conditions and create business plan that follows the global rule set by the WTO. Kenya's economic profile. First is their top industries such as agriculture, tourism, and light manufacturing. These are their main sector for producing jobs and incomes for Kenya. Second is their top exports such as tea, coffee, cat flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Kenya sells these products most in international markets. Third is their economic strength. Kenya benefits from rising customer demand, a strong services industry, and a major port connecting Africa to the world. Lastly, the economic challenges, where Kenya faces issues that slows growth such as inequality, weak governance, poor infrastructure, and unstable politics.
So, good morning everyone. I'm Gisela Negro and I'm going to present the Kenya's trade environment. So, Kenya is actively involved in global trade, especially through the World Trade Organization or WTO. So, as a member of the WTO, Kenya follows international agreements on things like agriculture, tariffs, intellectual property, and trade facilitation. So, this means the country aligns its trade rules with global standards to improve fairness and competitiveness. So, Kenya also has many trade opportunities. It is expanding its exports to Europe, Asia, and other African countries. So, there is also growing demand for sustainable and eco-friendly products, which opens more market for Kenya. So, however, Kenya still faces several trade barriers. This includes non-tariff barriers, long and sometimes complicated customs procedure, strict technical standards, and high transportation costs. So these challenges can slow down trade and make exporting more expensive. For trade policy analysis, WTO's influence on Kenya, the WTO has a major influence in how Kenya designs the trade policies. So WTO rules help shape Kenya's tariff structure, how it deals with trade disputes, and how it ensures fair competition with other countries. So these facilitation agreements under the WTO also help Kenya faster and more efficient. So this encourages transparency. Transparency reduces border delays and make trade smoother for businesses. So lastly, the WTO supports Kenya by providing capacity building, meaning they offer training, technical help, and programs that modernize Kenya's trade systems. So this helps Kenya become more competitive globally. So in summary, Kenya benefits global trade through the WTO by gaining access to more markets, providing its trade rules, and receiving support for strengthening its trade system. But challenges like customs delays and high transport costs will still affect the overall trade performance.
Hi, good day. My name is Beryl Joseph Apeliedo and I will be discussing the Kenya's global trade performance. First, strong trade relation with the EU, China, UAE, India, and East African community. So, Kenya maintains their strong trade ties with the EU, China, India, UAE, and East African. Second, community growth driven by exports, agriculture, expanding digital economy, and tourism recovery. So, economic growth in Kenya is populated by export agriculture, and expanding digital economy and recovering tourism sector. Third is the growing investment interest in renewable energy, agri-tech, and manufacturing. So Kenya's renewable energy, agri-tech, and manufacturing are attracting growing investment interest in Kenya. So so the second topic I will discuss is the key challenges affecting business. So first is the high transportation costs. So due to the road condition and logistic delays, it creates a financial burden for the Kenyans. Second is the custom and trade regulation complexity. Slow down import or export operation. So kung mahina yung kung slow yung pag-import nila or pag-export nila, it's create hindering trade efficiency. So baga kulang yung nila, yung effort nila sa kanilang export and import. So the next one is the political and economic risk. Election cycles, corruption, and currency fluctuation. So this means that this is introduce instability in their politic and economic risk. Then the last one is the complexity and standard. Meeting WTO align quality and certification requirements. So it possess additional hundreds.
Yeah, let's continue our discussion. Strategic business expansion, product selection, proposed product solar powered water pumps for agriculture. First, high demand due to the reliance on farming and frequent water shortages. Second, promote sustainable and cost efficient irrigation. Third, aligns with Kenya's renewable energy goals. Next, market entry strategy. Initial entry methods, direct export to Kenya, low initial cost, faster market testing, and long-term strategy, establish a local assembly or partnership, reduce cost, builds local brand presence, and benefits from regional ESC trade access.
Hello, good day everyone. I'm Jay Anturalba and today I will discuss these topics talk about risk analysis and mitigation strategy. So, currency stability, use hedging strategy, diversify regional markets, political instability, engage local partners, maintain flexible operation, corruption risk, implement strict compliance procedures, work with written distributors, regulatory delays, prepare documentation early, use trade facilitation channels. This involves identifying a political problem that could affect a project, business, or operation and planning how to reduce their impact. Risk analysis focus on spotting risks, assessing how likely they are to happen, and estimating the possible damage. Mitigation strategy are the action taken to prevent these risks or lessen their effect, such as creating backup plans, improving processes, training employees, or using safety measures. Overall, the goal is to protect the organization, avoid losses, and ensure smooth and successful operation.
Good evening, guys. So I'm going to report compliance with WTO principles. Follow WTO rules on tariffs, custom transparency, product standards, and trade documentations. So benefit from WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement or TFA through first is simplified custom process or mas pinadaling proseso sa customs. Second, faster clearance time. o mas mabilis ng oras na pagpapalabas ng mga produkto. Next is lower transaction cost. Mas mababang gasto sa transaksyon. At plus, ensure product safety and technical compliance with Kenyan and WTO standards, or tiyakin na ang produkto ay ligtas at sumusunod sa mga pamantayan ng Kenya at WTO.
I am Joyce Aniloso, one of the reporters for this topic. Projected outcomes. For the company, increased market shares in East Africa, strong brand presence in sustainable agri-tech, revenue growth through scalable distribution. For Kenya, job creation is assembly, distribution more efficiency, and agricultural production better access to clean. Renewable irrigation solutions boost in rural development and local productivity. Projected outcomes. Para sa kumpanya, ang kumpanya ay inaasang magkakaroon ng mas malaking market share sa East Africa. Palalakasin nito ang brand bilang isang leader sa sustainable agri-tech at tataasan ng revenue dahil sa mas malawak at scalable na distribution. Para sa Kenya naman, makakalika ng mas maraming trabaho sa assemble at distribution at magiging mas efficiency ang agrikultura ng mga farmers. Mas magiging accessible din ang mga clean revenue irrigation solutions at magkakaroon ng mas malaking development ang rural areas, nagdudulot ng pagtataas ng local production.